Hey, Brian from SnakeBytes here. The #1 question I get asked when people are going to buy a new snake is what is the price of the animal? We're going to spend time breaking down snakeonomics. You're watching SnakeBytes. When it comes to pricing, it's all about supply and demand. The forces of supply and demand work together to build the price structure. Take, for instance, this baby corn snake. They're in huge demand, probably the most popular pet snake in the industry, but they've been being bred for a long time, so the supply is pretty high as well. We produce about 20,000 baby corn snakes a year, so obviously supply is pretty high, which means that the price is relatively low. A baby corn snake is going to start at about $15, and most color mutations are going to be under $50 until you get into the really rare stuff. On the opposite end of the spectrum are these Calabar burrowing pythons. They're in relatively low supply, but ironically enough, they're also in low demand. They're a really cool animal, and I certainly love working with them, but they are kind of a unique animal in the sense that not a lot of people really want something that's just gonna ball up and not do a whole lot as far as a pet snake goes. Doesn't mean that I don't love to work with them, it just means that the price is pretty low because the demand is also pretty low. Now we get into an animal that has a relatively high amount of supply, but the demand just doesn't keep up with that supply level. These licorice stick black rats are something that we produced a whole lot of, thinking there would be a really great market for them because they're really beautiful snakes and their temperament's actually pretty cool too. But we actually found out that we overproduced the market. It's not that they aren't awesome animals to own, it's just the matter that we produced too many and the demand wasn't there for them, causing the price to come down. They used to be about $100, now you can pick them up for as low as $50 or $60. That basically just means we have to lower our production in order to continue to maintain the $50 or $60 mark.
All right guys, it's Cow's Question Week. Now you heard Brian talking about the big range of pricing here, from $15 to 15 grand, and some snakes don't even have a price tag. I mean, me, I'm kind of a cheap guy. I really wouldn't spend much on anything unless it was a Wolverine. But I want to know from you guys, what's the most you would spend on an animal? It doesn't have to be a snake. Text or video comment below, let me know.
Now we get into the high demand and relatively low supply, which means that the price goes through the roof. There's certain mutations that become really in vogue, like these Enchi ball python mutations. Here's an Enchi kingpin, an Enchi queen bee, and an Enchi spinner. These are all Enchi combinations, and right now anything Enchi seems to really be selling like crazy. These animals are in relatively low supply, yet super high demand. An Enchi kingpin's probably going to go for about $6,000 plus. An Enchi spinner, $4,000 or $5,000, and this Enchi queen bee could go up for 10 grand. Quality is the next thing that we can talk about that affects pricing of animals. Now let's just think that all breeders are going to have healthy animals, which is normally the case, so we're just talking about aesthetics. Take, for example, this banana cow king that is probably only about 40% yellow. This animal as a baby would probably only sell for $40 or $50, yet the exact same mutation of banana cow king that is 90+% yellow is going to sell for $100 or more. With the banana cow kings, the desired trait is the yellow, so although they're both the exact same animal and still really incredible, the higher the yellow, the more value. With the albino Hondurans, it's not the yellow at all, it's actually the orange. You can see with this animal, it's basically red and white, still an incredible animal, but as a baby would sell for about $85, maybe $90. Whereas this albino Honduran is bright tangerine. You can see even in the banding, there's a ton of orange that comes through. An animal like this might fetch as much as $150. Again, the same trait, just a more desired color palette on this particular animal. This piebald ball python is a perfect example of color quality and pricing. An animal that has about 30% white like this one might sell for $900 to $1,000, whereas a 90% white animal might sell for $1,300 to $1,500. One of the last things that affects pricings of animals is typically the size or age. If you're buying a subadult or adult snake, the typical solution is that it's about 150 to 200% the value. So if you take an animal like this Killer Blast that might sell for $2,500 to $3,000 as a baby, it's going to sell somewhere from $4,000 to $5,000 as an adult. And the reason for that is just simply that it's old enough to breed, so you're saving time raising up a baby snake. Now all that pricing sounds simple enough, right? But the fact is that I'm always in a dilemma, and I'm going to share it with you right now. Take for instance this killer clown. I might be able to get about $10,000 to $12,000 for this male killer clown, but if I raise it up and breed it to my pastel clowns and pastel heifer clowns, I'm going to make a whole lot more money. Not to mention, it's just a really cool animal. So that's what I'm always struggling with. What do I want to sell and what do I want to keep?
I'm Chewy, I'm getting up in age, and someone's gonna have to take over for me when I retire. So, I'm gonna teach you the proper technique of getting bit. Enter the cage nice and slow. See? That really didn't hurt, but that's acting. Now, Emily, give it a try.
Now let me just clarify, do you want me to get bit or remove the snake?
Just, come on, do you have to make this so hard? Everything's not Dungeons and Dragons, just stick your freaking hand in there. Don't open it so, like, don't scare it, be gentle. Here, try this one. Just stick your hand, no, it's nice and slow. Oh my God, it's not a flying snake. Put your hand a little closer.
Did I do it wrong?
Yes. Sam, can you try this? There. Okay, now act. Ow, 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 ow. Come on, sell it. Ow, ow, ow. Oh my God, you're as bad as her. Okay, now when I squeeze, you yell. Ow, ow, ow. That's a little better. She did good, but she didn't sell it. She didn't scream or nothing. She just stood there like an idiot. Here's a good one. Sell it.
Oh! Oh my God!
Oh God, come on. That was the fakest.
All right, let's do it.
Come on. Okay,
I
girl.
thought it was great. I've
come
been
back here.
acting for years.
Well, you could have fooled me. Now watch. It's a technique. I'll show you again. Then, like whenever. Ow! See? Oh, I gotta get this off. Okay, girls. Now for the boas. These are a quick, painless strike. If you do it proper, you should not take too many hurts or hits, okay? Oh my God! Oh, wait. Is this acting? What the? Okay, girls, that was okay. Keep your practice, and next month, Satan.
For this week's Comment of the Week, the question was, why do you think gas prices are on the rise? And Do Your Research said,
I would have to say that both is true. Gas companies gouge out our wallets while the government struggles to find alternative fuel. But even if a different kind of fuel is found, very few people will willingly give up their gas guzzlers in exchange for possibly slower, if more fuel-efficient vehicles. You can see examples of this with smart cars and hybrids. People love their big gas machines, and unless we run out of gas completely, that won't change. Sad but true. Later, M. Love the show, BTW Heart.
yeah, I tend to agree with you. I don't really care why the prices are what they are. It just really sucks to have to put so much money in my gas tank each week. And speaking of pricing, I hope you guys enjoyed the show on how we price our snakes here. The big shout out this week has to go to USARK. With all the crazy animal legislation, you guys need to be a member because they're really fighting for our rights to continue to keep these awesome animals. Until next time, this has been Snake Bites.